Greetings, traveler. You have probably heard by now that to achieve what you want, you need to work harder. Anything that separates you between where you are right now and where you want to be in the future is lots and lots of hard work. But I think the work harder advice is dead. My name is Xanthos. I've been working in the games industry for over 13 years now. And this advice has reached me from several sources, basically at all stages of my life. When I was in school, when I was working, when I was not working, hard work seems to be the only thing people believe that will lead you to a better life. I really don't think so. This did not work for me at any point in my life, and I really struggled with it. I think it had a detrimental effect to my life in general. So today, what I want to do is show you instead what I did to reverse this whole framework into something actually useful. So, to give you an example, when I was in school and we were doing composition, we had to pick a topic and talk about this topic at length. I would pick the topic and finish it in 2 paragraphs because that's all I had to say on the topic. And my teachers would always say, no, no, no. You cannot only write so little. You have to write at least 2 pages or at least 5 or 20 or 50 pages on it. And this requirement always seemed absurd to me, completely absurd. How is the length more important than the content of the message? I couldn't wrap my head around it. But it wasn't just in composition, in math as well. You have to do lots of problems. You have to read lots of books. You have to do this and that. It was always work first, with no sight of the goal, no concept of what we're trying to achieve here. Just do a lot of this, and it might be good for you sometime, eventually, maybe. Um, during my work life as well, when I asked my seniors how I should improve in game design or in any other topic, the answer was always, yeah, yeah, do more. Yeah, but how much more? Or more of what? What is the method, the specific process that will get me closer to my goal? Just do more, and when you've worked for 10 or 20 years, you'll be good. I'm not saying this doesn't work for people, but what I am saying is it doesn't work for me. So after struggling with this for my entire life, I realized that, perhaps 1 or 2,000 years ago, when the world was darker and knowledge was not so openly available, perhaps that was the only answer. And that's why people today still inherit this way of thinking. But I think we can do better than that. Since this is on YouTube, going on YouTube, you can find tutorials for any topic, right? You can find introductory steps of exactly what to do to start virtually any topic, specifically in game development. You can know nothing about uh, modeling, and you can watch a tutorial about how to model a box or a crate or a barrel or a car or something. You don't need any prior knowledge. The same for game design. You can download a game engine for free. You can use the built-in templates to get yourself started. You can already play it without any coding, any setting up on your end at all, and then you can take it from there. Things are so accessible nowadays, and even for more advanced topics, there's books out there to tell you at least how to start, right? And that's always the most crucial step. So I realized that all these things were so much more motivating for me than to just work harder. And I thought, wait a minute, I know something. I know something from my gaming experience that is completely the opposite advice of work harder. So that is the experience of playing a video game itself, right? When you're playing your favorite video game, nobody told you to play it. Nobody told you you have to work harder at whatever game you're playing. Nobody said you have to play at least 100 hours or clear 100 levels. You just did it because it looked fun. The motivation was there from the beginning. If you think about that process, you look at some video of the game being played and it looks fun to you, or your friend invites you to play together, or you see the box art of the package and you think that looks pretty cool, I want to try it. That is the motivation. The whatever many hours you're going to put in the game, or however much effort it takes to get good at it, is not part of the equation. And when we play video games, we never care about how long we're playing or how many steps we took in the game or how many swings of the sword we did. It's just fun. You play it because it's fun. No one you never really count how many of these things you did. You just naturally get better because you do more of it, but you do more of it because you're having fun, not because you were told to do more of it. And I thought, people put so much effort into games and they achieve all these amazing things, these crazy achievements, right? The amazing speed runs and um, all these extravagant uh, campaigns and like extravagant cities, people building games and so on. All this happens for fun. But when you need to study or when you need to work, it's all about, you know, don't talk, don't think, sit down, do these things day after day. Of course, it's not fun. It's not meant to be fun. Why on this earth is it not meant to be fun? How could you do worse at it if you were having fun? What reason exists out there for us to not use this like magical secret biological circuit we all have to enjoy what we do and thus naturally do it better? All these things kept swirling in my mind, and I thought, well, if you look at the science of motivation, it's really not that complicated. Basically, you need these two components, right? You need first the feeling of the reward. So if you want to learn a new skill, let's say you want to learn how to, I don't know, draw amazing game art, and you have some examples that are famous that you like, thinking that you can do the same thing is pretty cool. Being able to say, that key art on that game over there, I did that. That is really cool. I mean, anybody would feel good claim that. So that's definitely enough motivation to get started. And then the reason why I talked about YouTube and tutorials before is that when you get started, all these things, all these resources that are out there, plus the books, plus the seniors that you might know that can guide you, these give you the next steps to follow when you get started. So you know what to do. You don't have this motivation burning you with no way to actualize. You do have steps. And then when you have that, you can draw a very simple line through milestones to get to what you want. So yeah, you might not be able to achieve this amazing game art, in one day, but you can definitely create a simple image, or you can definitely draw a simple object, based on a tutorial that you followed. And you say, okay, if I want to make an image of a knight in shining armor with a huge sword, all right. So we'll need the sword, the armor, the guy, the background, maybe the horse, who knows. So you have some elements that are there, right? And I remember that one of the courses that I really enjoyed in university was the neural networks course under computer science. And I remember enjoying it right from the first minute of the course before I even heard anything about the course itself. And I thought, the reason why I'm taking this course is because it sounds cool, like using neural networks in AI and then using this AI to make enemies smarter in my game way in the future. That sounds pretty cool. And then just by taking that first step of participating in that class and just taking the lecture and just finding out about all these things, that was so much fun. I thought that, this is bringing me closer to my goal. Me being in the classroom, me hearing these things and doing the exercises and so on. This is very much relevant to where I want to go. Just being here is fun. And then the topic itself was fun as well, because apparently the way neural networks are used today in AI as we know it, back when I was taking this course, AI was not nearly as cool. It models the brain, and how the brain uses neurons to fire electrical signals and then make decisions based on the weight on each neuron and so on. It's basically the same process as many AI models use today. So I was naturally interested in all these things. Simply being given the opportunity and being in the right space to learn these things was rewarding just by itself. And then when I was think about all the things I can make when I have this skill, that was just fun piled upon fun piled upon fun when I was just thinking about it. So naturally, I had lots and lots of motivation to do it. So during that process, again, just like playing a game, right? I never once thought, oh, this course, it's gonna take 6 months, and I have to follow all these lectures and do um, all these homework assignments. I never thought about that. And the more I think about it, the more I wonder, why can't we approach work and school and life in the same way? Everybody has something they enjoy. Everybody has something that gives them happiness, that they want to find out about, that is rewarding just being in its presence. Um, so what would be so wrong about following that fun, that awesome, rewarding motivation first, and basically never think about again all the hard work or all the hours you have to put into it or all the steps you have to do or anything like that. Personally, it has completely shifted the way I think about my life, and I think about the work I do. When I thought about the Dungeons and Dragons campaigns I was making or the stories I was making for that, many people shy away from the role of the dungeon master because they think it's a lot of work. You have to prepare all these things, and then you have to conduct the game, and then you have to organize the group and all that. But when I hear those opinions, I mean, I'm not saying that they're wrong. It's just that in my mind sounds like, what are you talking about? I get to make the story. I get to organize a group. I get to, create all these crazy mechanics and campaigns. So, you know, all this to condense all this into a couple of sentences, I suppose I would say, if you have something that you enjoy thinking about and you think it would be rewarding to obtain or to simply work towards, then that's all the motivation you would need to get started. And by having the specific steps to follow, you feel the progress you are making towards your goal as well. So achieving those milestones in between shows you that you are making progress, and it gives you something to feel good about, uh, on top of the knowledge that you're working towards the thing you want. So anyway, that's my experience. I don't know if anybody out there has experienced the same. If you have, please let me know. Thank you so much for your time, and as always, have fun.